This is Dirshu Mishnah Berurah, and we continue Siman and Nun. Hey, Baruch Hashem, we're back together with all the video, and today we're going to be learning the final Sif Chaf Aleph, and hopefully soon enough we'll be back up to date. It says the Machaber, Ir She'in Bay Elam Asara, a city that only has 10 people, Ve'echad Meyam Ratzlas V'yam Narayim, a small little town, 10 Jews, and one wants to leave for the high holidays. We obligate him to stick around. Or either stick around or hire someone else in your place. Let's say there's 11 and 2 want to leave. The 2 of them together could hire someone in their place. And they both pay together. If one is poor and one is wealthy. This goes back to that which we learned a long time ago, that the way that you pay, this is similar to the payment that we make when it comes to hiring the Shliach Tzibur. It's half according to your value, your wealth, and half according to how many people you are. Kal and Isharim, and the Chazal, like we just mentioned, is on those that leave like the remainder. Says the Rama, and it makes no difference if they're leaving for a long amount of time. Before Yantif, doesn't make a difference if they're leaving for a month before and they're just leaving for Yantif itself. It's the same din. If they're not going to come back in Yantif, it means Chav Beis, Chav Aleph, and Chav Beis. So it says the Mishnah Berurah over here in Sif Chaf Aleph Sif Katan Samach Vav B'Mekaymai that they have to hire someone in their place. Since the minhag is, says the Mishnah Berurah, even if someone doesn't have a minhag the whole year, but on Rosh Hashanah, on the high holidays, they hire a minyan. Either they have to hire someone or they go to place the minyan. That's what everyone does. No one davens Yom Narayim without a minyan. It's comparable to the case of a Sefer Torah that they could obligate each other to pay. Continues Mishnah Berurah, Samach Zayin Echad Asav V'Roitzim. Let's say there are 11 and now 2 people want to leave. Similarly, if there's 12 and 3 want to leave, or 13 and 4 want to leave, what do? They all have to get together and hire someone. Says the Mishnah Berurah, that this is a mistake. In this case, they both play equally. Because each person is obligated to play a person in his place. Why? Because originally they had a minyan. You're not allowed to make a minyan null and void. So why do they pay half according to their value? That's only if there's only 8 that live in this city. They have to hire 2. Meaning, where if we go back into halachas of hiring a sheikh tzibur, and there are 8 people in this city, and they have to hire 2, that's when the halacha is that it goes according to the wealth. Because the poor people can go to another city. And the wealthy people don't want to leave. Both those that leave and that stay. Continuing the Shabura as we turn over the page over here. Someone who can't come home, it's an oinus. He gets stuck overseas. Maybe it was COVID and he couldn't get the right visa or whatnot. They don't let him come back. Potter afilu igiyazman regal. Even if Yantav comes, nothing he can do. The davkam who onus mamish is to be a real oines. If it's because he obligates someone else money, or he was negligent, he could have came back, but he didn't, then he can't cause someone else to lose. Says the Mishnah Berurah, this is specifically with regard to completing a minyan, hiring a chazan. Esrog Sukkis is not the same. I like once if Tavish and Ches, if we will see him or Tashem Akzam Dusham. Yeshuvim Asrichon Lischar Minyan Chazin. If a Yishuv, if a city needs to hire both a Minyan and a Chazin, Yishvivois, and there are other surrounding areas, Shagilun Lavoi Sham, Gamkein and Bnei Beisam, Ein Srichon Litin Klama Yishuv, then they don't have to pay anything all. Because either go to this other city and they'll have a minyan without them. They don't have to pay anything. I feel the schliros hashliach sibur even for the shliach sibur. Shegam beladam, because even without them, because regardless they would have had to hire a shliach sibur. And we move on to Siv Chav Beis as we conclude this siman. Says the Machaber, Lo hayakayfen lahaschir lahashlim minyan. Ki'im b'yamim neirayim. Says the Mishnah Berurah, says the Shulchan Aruch, the only time that we hire someone and we obligate someone to pay is if it's for the Yom Neirayim. Meaning, this isn't a halacha that we do all the time. If on a random Tuesday someone wants to leave and therefore there's not going to be a minyan left behind, says the Shulchan Aruch, that's not the case he's obligated to pay. It's specifically for the Yom Neirayim. Ukigayin, and for example, she'ein chasirin ki yemei echad o shnayim, there's only missing one or two. Elohim ki minhag kavua mefursa b'yer lakav laschir, afilu b'chazar shlosh arba. Unless the minhag, certain towns maybe had a minhag that even if they're missing 3 or 4, they'd force them to hire someone. But in general, it's 1 or 2. And then if there's a minyan, we force them to hire a chazan. Says the Ramah, if there's a place that's not always a minyan, says, we force them. We give out fines. Fines, knesses, and not just for yeshivas. The town itself can impose a fine. You're the 10th man, and you're not showing up. We're going to knas you. Shaloi lisbatal atamid, because we don't want to be mevatal atamid. And like a man reached him in kofanon. If Kavit says live in the basic knesses, whether we can force someone even to build a shul. We continue over here in the Mishnah Berurah Sivkatan Chav Beis. Says the Mishnah Berurah b'Yom Neirayim that we're discussing over here specifically during the Yom Neirayim Ratzaleimar. Im yish shemaynai tisha nashim. If there's 8 or 9 men, they can force one another so that they're not lacking lisbal b'yechidah, so they don't have to end up davening b'yechidah. If they want to go somewhere else to daven with a minyan, then we don't force them at all. Let's say in this city there's only 3 or 4 balabatim. But if there's generally people that complete the minyan, then it's going to be the same halacha. So that they can have a real minyan and they can be say all the different halachas of a minyan. Hatamid, why are we forcing? Because we don't want to be mevatel hatamid. Says Mishnah Berurah Sivkatan Ayin Gimel, reminding us of something that we learned in the past. Kikiv and sheish minyan biram. Since there's a minyan in their city, aleihem chayvas hamitzvah. If you always have a minyan, now you're obligated in the mitzvah. We can force the children, the bar mitzvah boys, to come to shul. If there's not constantly a minyan, Siman explains the Mishnah Berurah, a bacher can't say, no, I'm learning, I don't want to stick around for a minyan. No, you have a city, you have an obligation for a minyan. Then someone can daven where he's learning. Because either way, you have a congregation, you have a minyan without them. A small city, someone can't go to yeshiva and say, I'm going to daven over there. Rav Eliezer went to shul and didn't find the minyan, and he freed his servant to complete the minyan, so that they could be yaitz everyone else. If he went so far and he freed his slave, certainly one cannot be lazy but to gather together a minyan. How great is the mitzvah if you live in a small city to combine for the minyan? If you're from the first 10, you get the schar of the entire Meaning, kalva chaymer bazeshu omel kapse gamkin. If you're the first 10 and you get the schar of the whole minyan, says Mishnah Berurah, certainly if you toiled and you worked hard to get the minyan, of course you can get the schar of the whole minyan. You will not come till sin, and Amir Hashem, we will pick up from Siman Nun Vav in the next shiur.